Welcome to Graphic Online's News in Brief. In the headlines, Ghana detects Omicron COVID-19 variant at Kotoka International Airport. It arrived with an international traveler. More drama in Parliament over 2022 budget. Adwoa Safo addresses impersonation allegations in Parliament. Akuapem Poloo back to jail as court dismisses her appeal. And mandatory inspection of COVID-19 passports in Ghana starts in January. And now, the news in brief. Ghana has detected the Omicron variant of COVID-19 at the Kotoka International Airport in Accra. The first one was detected from a Nigerian traveler through sequencing. Another case was recorded in a traveler from Zimbabwe. The Director General of the Ghana Health Service, Dr. Patrick Kumar-Boaji, disclosed this today.
Dr. Kumar-Boaji said the first case was discovered on Sunday, November 21, in the Nigeria traveler through sequencing. He explained that the community tests done so far have not seen any Omicron within the community of Ghana, but the danger is that if someone has the Omicron and is incubating, it will not be found at the airport.
The Member of Parliament for Dome Kwabenya, Adwoa Safo, has responded to allegations that she was not present in Parliament on Tuesday when the 2022 budget statement of the government was approved. Greeted by cheers when she caught the eye of the Speaker to address a point of order, Ms. Safo specifically addressed the concerns of an alleged impersonation which were raised by the Member of Parliament for North Town, Samuel Okujeto-Ablakwa, in a media interview.
It has been speculated on social media that a person who was in a face mask and sat next to the Member of Parliament for Escado Ketan, Mr. Joe Gatti, was deemed to be Adwoa Safo. Some have suggested that the person who sat next to Mr. Gatti was not Adwoa Safo. On the floor of Parliament Wednesday, Ms. Adwoa Safo addressed the issue of her presence in the House.
I also want to state on record, Mr. Speaker, this is a house of record, and as the former deputy majority leader of this house, I was present in this house yesterday. Mr. Speaker, you are not here. Mr. Speaker, and to state categorically that I cannot force Honorable Okujeto-Ablakwa, who is my friend on the other side, to dress the way I want him to dress. And that is an insult to womanhood. And so those making that noise, Mr. Speaker, should withdraw. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
And also in Parliament today, there was more drama as the Minority Leader, Mr. Haruna Idrisu, filed a motion to reverse the decisions taken by Parliament on Tuesday that approved the 2022 budget.
Mr. Speaker, yesterday, as is reported by the votes and proceedings which has just been adopted by you, I'm begging to move with your indulgence that the decision which was taken yesterday in adopting purportedly a budget statement subject to concessions in that statement was unconstitutional, in betrayal of our rules and standing orders, and in betrayal of the 1992 Constitution, Mr. Speaker, particularly so that you in the chair added yourself to the number of members who made a quorum.
After the motion was filed, this debate ensued.
When you are presiding as Deputy Speaker, First Deputy or Second Deputy Speaker, I've heard argument, but the person is a Member of Parliament. At the time when you assume the seat, you are no longer ordinarily a Member of Parliament. This is Mr. Babin speaking in a Hansa, and I quote, "In the case of head count, Mr. Speaker shall take the vote of the House by calling upon members who support or oppose his decision successively to rise in their places. A member may vote in a division, even if he did not hear the question put." Apart from Mr. Speaker, he says, apart from the member presiding. And so we must read, apart from the member presiding, into Article 1041 for it to make sense.
The Speaker gave this ruling after the debate.
Honourable members, let me put on record that I am a member of Parliament. I was counted to make the motion, and that was suspended in this house. What are you doing? You don't rule on it. We have to take a decision. I did not vote. Tell me in the standard of what is for the application. He cannot rule. He cannot rule on that is before the house.
The ruling of the Speaker was interspersed by some drama as there was some shouting on the floor. After that, the Speaker suspended sitting for 1 hour.
Debating. We are debating. Who was that? Shut up! You should shut up, brother. Who was that? And the shall find that person and vote him out. Honourable members, sitting is suspended for 1 hour. You are not the Speaker.
And to some court news, Ghanaian actress Rosemona Lade Brown, aka Akuapem Poloo, is going back to jail to serve the remaining 82 days. This follows the dismissal of her appeal of the 90-day jail sentence handed in April by an Accra Circuit Court. Poloo had applied to the Accra High Court challenging the decision of the lower court.
In a ruling today, the Criminal Division of the High Court, presided over by Justice Ruby Aiti, upheld the Circuit Court's decision on grounds that the Circuit Court's decision was not manifestly excessive. The court has therefore ordered that Akuapem Poloo's son should be given to any competent person in the family to take care of. On April 16 this year, Akuapem Poloo was imprisoned for publishing her nude picture in which she was standing beside her son on social media. The actress, through her counsel, Mr. Andrew Vochia, filed an appeal at the Accra High Court to challenge the ruling of the Circuit Court. She was granted bail after 8 days in jail in the sum of 80,000 cedis with 3 sureties, but she is now to go back to spend the remaining days in jail.
As part of the World AIDS Day celebration today, President Akufo-Addo has called on society to eschew inequality to help stop the transmission of the disease. According to him, the world was off track in ending AIDS by 2030 due to the structural inequality which was fueling the spread of HIV pandemic. His speech was virtual. And before we wrap up with the brief for today, from January next year, the police will inspect the vaccination cards of all commercial drivers and riders to ensure they have taken the COVID-19 shot. In addition, workers of all government institutions, health facilities and educational facilities would also not be allowed into workplaces without vaccination certificates. An absence from work due to this reason will deprive a worker of his or her salary.
Besides, patrons and workers of all restaurants, stadia, beaches and nightclubs are expected to be vaccinated mandatorily and show proof before entry. The mandatory vaccination forms part of the rollout of a mandatory vaccination policy to be implemented after the National Vaccination Month of December declared by government. The mandatory vaccination policy is being rolled out in phases. Launching the vaccination month in Accra today, the Minister of Health, Mr. Kwekwa said the detection of the Omicron COVID-19 variant also underscored why all eligible persons must get vaccinated, particularly in December. The launch was held on the theme Protect Yourself, Protect Your Family, and Get Vaccinated Now against COVID-19.
News in Brief was brought to you by Graphic News Plus.
Download your Graphic News Plus now and choose your preferred package daily, weekly, monthly, and annually, and access free news on various interest areas as well. Visit us on graphic.com.gh for further information. Graphic News Plus, connecting people through news.
Thank you for watching. We'll see you again with another edition. Stay safe and protect yourself from COVID-19. For more news, visit graphic.com.gh or log on to Facebook at Daily Graphic and on YouTube at Graphic GH. I am Enoch Dafa Frimpong.